A really interesting development in the data analytics space is the rise of the data catalog. Now, you may know this by other names such as the semantic layer, the metadata layer, or the data catalog. Fundamentally, they're all the same. It's not new, it's been around for an awful long time, and many vendors have had it, and some vendors are now just getting to it, which I think is really, really interesting. From our perspective, we've always had the Yellowfin metadata layer. It's been, it was in the product day one. We've continued to augment it. We really think about its value. And for us, it's kind of like the beating heart of our application. All the business logic, everything that how end users interact with their data is driven through this particular layer. And so let me tell you what it does. So on the first hand, you have a metadata layer to simplify the complexity of the underlying data set. So if you want to write lots of reports or do lots of analyses off a data warehouse or a relational database, then you're going to have to map those tables together. You're going to have to build the logic. And so it does that. You can rename the field. So if it's got some crazy transactional names that don't make much sense, you can rename them to business terminology, which is fantastic. You can provide security, so you can say who gets to see the data in here and at what level. Also very, very important for governance. And then you get to publish it. So you build this thing and then you publish it, and people who know nothing about the underlying database, they get to use it, they get to trust it because they know it's gone through an approval process, they understand it because they know all the names, they've got access to the data that they should have access to, and so the analysis that they do, barring any crazy filtering they might do to the data, is governed from that point to that point. And that's why they're so important. And historically, even though they did exist with products like Cognos and Business Objects, what happened is we went back to desktop analytics with Tableau and Qlik. For them, it wasn't valuable. When you're running off a spreadsheet, there is no underlying complexity. It's a spreadsheet. But as we've gone back towards centralized analytics, governed analytics, and now analytics in the cloud, a metadata layer or data catalog is really critical for your organization to be successful with your data.